Now, Warzone has definitely grabbed the attention of the Battle Royale community, and with tons of people downloading it and the player base loving it, we knew we had to give you guys some advanced pro tips early on to secure way more wins inside of Warzone. Now, these tips are going to be for people who have a general understanding of the game and will not be covering general tips like the ping system. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So coming in at number 10, we have an amazing late game tip that can grant you a ton of extra kills and help immensely towards wins. Inside of Warzone, you can purchase UAVs from the buy station for 4,000 cash, and they give you a radar for a short amount of time. This score streak is already amazing on its own, but if everyone in your team has one for the last few circles, it makes rotating to strong positions insanely easy. Not only this, but it also allows for way more kills and sets you up for a better chance at a victory as well. So if your squad isn't running UAVs late game in the final circles, we highly recommend doing so for some easy advantages.
Calling in UAV. Close right on you, Marcel. Pushing right behind the building, see you, Marcel.
Are there any guns there?
One's broken armor. Marcel, I'm stunning them both. Be ready to push out. They're both gonna be stunned. Dead. Both dead. Let's go, boys.
Now coming in at number 9, we have a tip that helps a ton against campers. Now, campers are always frustrating, but they're especially tough to deal with inside of Warzone. A lot of people camp down bodies, and it's especially bad at the buy stations around the map. The buy stations require you to stand still while purchasing things, leaving you way too exposed when buying back a friend or making any other purchase. An insanely simple way to increase your odds a ton when using a buyback station or reviving a friend is to simply throw down a smoke grenade. Whenever you know you need to use a buyback station, loot a few buildings until you find a smoke and then use it at the station. This will create a thick smoke screen that can only be seen through with thermal scopes, giving you a way higher chance of surviving when being forced to stand still.
There's a smoke right there. Throw it on the body. There you go. Now you can see the loot, and he can't. Get me? There you go.
Coming in at number 8, we have 2 small tips that you're going to use in game all the time. The first is that you can auto run and split things to your squad from your inventory without ever slowing down. This can be super helpful while rotating, during a gunfight, and it's overall just better to be moving in a battle royale instead of standing still. The second small tip is that you can combine 3 UAVs at the same time to create a super UAV that gives a radar of all enemy locations and where they're looking. This radar is unbelievably strong, leads to tons of easy fights, and can help immensely with positioning.
Okay, buy one. Let's all pop it at the same time.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! Yo! Whoa!
20 seconds. We got 20 seconds.
That looks insane!
Whoa!
That looks insane!
Coming in at number 7, we have focusing fire on a singular player. Now, this is a very simple tip for most shooter games, but you'd be extremely surprised at how many players actually forget to do this. Whenever finding a player out of position, or whenever sneaking up on a squad, try to call out a singular target that everyone can fire at the same time. This allows for an insane amount of burst damage, which usually results in an instant down. This leads to way more fights won because you now have a 3 versus 2 advantage. This tip works particularly well with double and triple sniper, but if you all have ranged auto weapons, it should still have the same effect.
On the tree right here.
I'm healing up.
Broke armor on one. Dead. That's it. GG. Nice.
Coming in at number 6, we have making as many calls as you can while in the Gulag. Now, the Gulag is an amazing addition added to Battle Royale, allowing you to 1v1 another player for a chance to come back to the game. With a feature this amazing, you can't help but want to win every single 1v1 that you get to fight in. An amazing way to get huge advantages while in the Gulag is to have your teammate call out enemy positions, or to do this for your teammate as well. If you or your teammate makes the right calls about which side the enemy's on, whether or not they're camping, or even if they're reloading, this can result in a ton of easy wins while 1v1ing. Winning more of these helps you improve at 1v1s, means more kills for the squad, and will grant you more wins overall.
You're up, soldier. Okay. He's coming on your right. Push.
Coming in at number 5, we have utilizing your parachute in multiple different ways. Now, redeploy can be used for so much more than just landing, since you can deploy your parachute at any time during the game. Once you reach a certain height off the ground, you can jump off buildings or cliffs for some super easy rotations. Not only this, but this can be an amazing means for outrunning the storm and for disengaging from gunfights as well. You can also land on the highest roof in a POI and use this trick to parachute from building to building for fast loot or to go for some sneaky plays. Overall, the parachute is a great utility tool inside of Warzone, and we highly recommend getting the most out of it. Coming in at number 4, we have head glitching. Now, head glitching has always been a very strong tactic in Call of Duty, and it's easily one of the strongest positions in Warzone as well. Head glitching is when you play behind cover that covers your whole body, leaving only your head for the enemy to see. This gives huge advantages during every stage of the game, and proper head glitching can be the difference between winning and losing fights. Luckily, Warzone is full of areas to head glitch, but be careful of this as well because an experienced player will also use this on you. Also, it's important to remember not to stand still for too long while head glitching, or you may become an easy target for a snipe.
2 kills while head glitching. Dude, I have a perfect clip for you. Dude, literally the best clip right now.
Taking our number 3 spot, we have an amazing tip that might be patched soon because we're not sure if Warzone intended for it to be in the game or not. This trick actually allows you to revive players way faster after fights, and in certain situations, even during fights as well. Whenever you go down and have a self-revive kit, you want to self-revive until 80 or 90%, then have a teammate finish the res for you. This trick allows you to res yourself 90% of the way while your teammate finishes a fight or makes their way over to you. This tip can save your team time, makes it so no one has to stand still while resing, allows you to save on resources, and can be super clutch if done correctly.
I got it. All right, Tim.
You win these,
You get
Tim.
me up. Don't hold yourself. Hold yourself. I'm getting you.
Let's go, Tim.
So coming in at number 2, we have the importance of cash. Now, we weren't going to add this tip, but cash gives you such huge advantages in game that we have to talk about some of the best ways to use it. First off, you want to get some cash fast for a UAV or a quick contract. If you're new, contracts may be easier to gain money from, but if you're confident, go for the UAV because a team wipe is usually a great amount of cash. From here, you can get your own custom loadouts through weapon drops, get self-revive kits, armor, and score streaks. Once your team is stacked full of resources, you'll find it much easier to win fights and games overall. Getting cash quickly will almost always result in you having more armor, ammo, better weapons, positioning, and location than your enemy. So if you aren't playing your game around cash right now, we highly recommend trying to find some good strats, and you're sure to get some incredible results.
I don't want to the left here.
Another one on ping. I think we got him down. Literally, fall back to my big revive. I'm up. You win? Yeah.
Finally, coming in at number 1, we have a ton of overall positioning tips for Warzone. The first is to always rotate as soon as a new circle appears. Since you can't build or block damage in Warzone, it's very important to rotate early and not take fights in the gas. If you end up taking too long to rotate, you'll often get storm held by a team while running in, which almost always ends in a loss. The second positioning tip is to use UAVs late game to find the best positions that are available. If you can see where enemies are, you can easily find the best place for your team to set up to get the best advantages that you can late game. The third positioning tip is to always play around natural cover. When rotating, you always want to run in between trees, next to buildings, rocks, and any other natural cover that you can. This makes you harder to see, harder to hit, and gives you some instant cover if someone starts a gunfight with you. The fourth and final positioning tip is to always control the high ground when you can. If you rotate early and are uncontested, try to find the highest vantage point inside the zone. Having the high ground makes you way harder to hit, allows for easy rotations with parachutes, and is one of the safest and strongest positions in the entire game.
Got one. Knock 2 down here.
Two more, baby. Two more. One more.
One more.
Let's go!
Baby! Good plays.
Big game, big game.
Anyway guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a future video. But honestly, what do you guys think of Warzone? We're having a ton of fun playing it right now, and we think it's awesome that it's free to play for everyone. We don't know how much content there is to make on the game, but let us know in the comments below if you'd like to see more Warzone videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.